Hi, I'm Mark. This is my 2021 review for Gemini Sun Sign and Gemini Rising. This year there's some big changes afoot. The last couple of years you've been going through the mill a bit because you've had three big planets in your 8th house, the house of transformation and change. This is all coming to an end now because Jupiter and Saturn are moved into your 9th house. So there's a little change in emphasis now. There'll be more emphasis on your beliefs, on learning more things, on travelling. So this is all good news. So what else have we in January? Well, we also have a lot of emphasis on Mars, because Mars has been in Aries almost all of last year. Now this year he's on the march. He will start off and he will go from Aries right through to Sagittarius during the year. So there'll be a lot of people having a Mars return this year. So this again is a lot of change coming up. This is positive change because you can put this energy into the right area, all will be good. We mentioned both Jupiter and Saturn are now in Aquarius, your fellow air sign. They both make square aspects to Uranus. Now Uranus is in your 12th house and has been for a while and will be for a while to come. What Uranus does in the 12th house is brings unconscious urges and desires for change. Now you've already been through a lot of change, but Uranus wants more change. So you're going to have to keep evolving this and moving it forward. Jupiter will give Uranus a boost because Jupiter expands things. It wants things to grow. And there will be opportunities throughout the year because Jupiter makes 3 quintile aspects during the year. Now quintile aspects are very small aspects, but they are very interesting because they unearth or bring out hidden talents. So this is a year when you could discover things about yourself that you didn't know, that will come up from the unconscious where Uranus is sitting quite deeply. So these things could be of great advantage to you. There could be talents here or skills that you have that you never dreamed of. Discovering these would be a great boost. The other thing we have is with Saturn aspect and Uranus, there is a lot of restriction. Now there's been a lot of restriction around you for some time, especially over the past year. Now you have to work within that restriction. As these restrictions are lifted, you need to make the necessary changes, but you need to do that slowly and not too suddenly, because Uranus can try to push you forward. With Jupiter, they'll try to push you forward and make changes, but Saturn is saying no, be sensible, stay calm, make changes within the existing framework, because when you get rid of something you have to have something ready to replace it with. It's no good throwing out things and have an empty space there, because you need something to fill that. In February there are no fewer than 6 celestial bodies in your 9th house. Now this is a good time to focus on your beliefs, to focus on what you need to change and evolve here, because you've been through a lot of transformation. Now you may have to update your beliefs. So there's a heavy concentration in February for you to be able to do this. Also, there may be things you want to learn now, maybe things you want to read or study, maybe just for fun, or it may be for your work or connected with something you're extremely interested in. But this will benefit you greatly. The other thing we have is on the 21st of February, all the planets are moving direct, and they're all moving direct until May. So this is a good time to get things going, to work with the energies and to get things done before the planets start to go retrograde again in June. In February, Chiron and Saturn make a positive aspect. Now these two bring out the best in each other. They work well together. So in February is a good time to look at some wounds from the past, something that you maybe need to heal. Saturn is about limitation, so it could be something in the past where you felt limited, where you weren't able to achieve. It could be something to do with your education and whether you had enough education or whether you didn't think you knew enough. These are the issues that could come up and can be resolved. They can be healed and let go of. Then in March there's another very positive aspect, because Pallas Athena comes together with Neptune, and this is in your 10th house of destiny. So now we have a chance for you to move forward in your chosen path or your chosen field. Pallas Athena is the planet of wisdom, of strategy, of planning, of creativity. Neptune has a spiritual, creative side as well. So now these two also work well together. So now if you wish, you can achieve fame, you can achieve recognition, you can do things that you've always wanted to do, because the creativity and the planning will come together and you'll be able to drive yourself forward. In May we have the first lunar eclipse of the year, and it happens across your sign of Gemini and Sagittarius. Those of you born in the early days of Gemini and those of you with an early rising sign degree will be affected more acutely. An eclipse on your birthday means major things are going to be happening next year, major life-changing events. This eclipse happens across your 1st and 7th house, and this is part of the Saras 5 South series. Now this eclipse series brings good news, it brings happiness, it brings joy, and because it's across your 1st and 7th house, it could bring love as well, a new relationship. You could have lots of new things, a new car, new job, lots of new things next year. In June we have the first solar eclipse, and this is also in Gemini. This solar eclipse contacts Mercury as well, so this is an added benefit because Mercury is your ruler. It happens in your 1st house, so this is a very intense period, especially for those of you born in the middle of Gemini or have a rising sign that's in the middle. This series of eclipses is associated with hunches, it's associated with insights and flashes of inspiration that come from either the unconscious or the psychic realms. You have to act upon these hunches, but just be a bit wary because on the same day Mars opposes Pluto, and this is a day of power struggles, and this is a day when accidents can happen, so it's best not to make decisions straight away. Leave it till the aspect has passed and then you can act on those hunches or that inspiration. In July, the black moon Lilith moves into your sign Gemini. The shadow she casts over Gemini is all about acceptance. You need to accept who you are. Don't cry out for approval. Don't expect people to like you. Be your own individual person and don't care whether people like you or not. You forge your own life. In September, the black moon forms a conjunction with the North Node. Now here's a chance to get on the right path if you're not already on that right path. What you need to do is look at the past behaviour patterns, and let them go so that you can heal the past, and that is the way forward to open up the new path to the North Node, which is our spiritual way forward. In November we have another lunar eclipse. This time it's in Taurus and Scorpio, and it's across your 12th and 6th house. So this time there will be again flashes of insight, hunches, but they'll be connected to your unconscious and also to your daily routines. So you need to look at ways that you can improve your daily routines. This could be your health, exercise, your work, diet, all these things you may get flashes of inspiration about. Again, this lunar eclipse is affected by the nodes, so there could be another clue as to your way forward in the future. And then in December, the final eclipse of the year is another solar eclipse, but this is in your 7th house. This is in Sagittarius, so this is in the house of others. So this time there may be things uncovered about other people you know, maybe your close relationships, maybe acquaintances. 7th house represents all people. So this time you could have valuable insights into how these people tick, what makes them work. Could be an advantage to you because you could learn a lot about other people. Thank you for watching my 2021 review. If you'd like more insight and more knowledge throughout the year, please watch my monthly forecast.